As a TV presenter, I've been lucky enough to travel to some truly incredible places. But this is different. I'm on my way to the highest, driest, coldest, windiest, and most remote place on Earth. Sounds like my kind of holiday.
All right, guys. Next time these feet touch the ground, I'll be in Antarctica. It takes 4.5 hours on plane, which isn't too bad, but here's the trick. You're never actually there until you land. There's a high chance that we'll have to turn around and come back. Fingers crossed. Here we go!
Come with me on a journey to Antarctica as you've never seen it before. The stuff they don't teach you at school. A waterfall that runs red like blood. Buried treasure. Aliens? Oh yes, there's a lot more to this giant freezer than meets the eye. This is Antarctica. Secrets from the giant freezer. Great news, conditions are perfect to land on the icy continent, but our pilots better have their wits about them. This runway is on the move. Believe it or not, this airstrip slides around 12 meters towards the sea every year. Touchdown! Nice work, fellas. You! Well, hello, Antarctica! Woohoo! It really feels like I've just stepped into a giant freezer. Minus the icy poles, of course. So hard to believe right now it's summer, and it's a beautiful and balmy minus 10 degrees. Woo! So it was approximately a 4-hour flight to get here, and if you think that's long, it's got nothing on how long it took Antarctica itself to get here, to the bottom of the globe. This icy continent wasn't always where it is today. Antarctica was once a piece of a giant land puzzle called Gondwana Land, a warm and luscious ancient supercontinent made up of pieces we know today as South America, Africa, India, and our beloved Australia. Over the course of a long time, like, 180 million years, that's a lot of, are we there yet? All the puzzle pieces broke apart, with Antarctica heading south and temperatures plummeting. So it may look icy now, but believe it or not, about 4 million human lifetimes ago, it would have looked a little something like this. Ooh, jungle. Suddenly feel a little overdressed. What was that? Oh yeah, did I mention dinosaurs used to live here too?
So here in the 21st century, the main threats to humans are the sun and the freezing cold, but my thoughts go out to the animals that live here 24/7, 365 days a year. They don't exactly have the luxury of wearing thermal underwear like I am right now. What's their secret? How do they survive? Better yet, how do they not become somebody else's dinner? I feel like there's only one conceivable explanation to all of this. Superpowers.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Well, kind of. It's a couple of birds and a seal who are also known as the Sub-Zero Heroes. Kitted out in super sleek black and white feathers, Penguin slips past predators in the water by activating his superpower of invisibility. From above, he's dark, which means he camouflages into the darkness of the water below. And from below, he's white and disappears into the white light of the sun rays shining in from above. Whoa, where did he go? Snow Patrol is one Sub-Zero hero that is all about serving and protecting. She protects her nest and her eggs from unwanted guests by serving up her super powerful, super stinky stomach oil. It's kinda like decorating the outside of your house with your own vomit. Ew, that's definitely put me off my dinner. Which I guess means it's a win for this Spuper hero. When it comes to Sub-Zero heroes, this guy is the seal deal. Sitting up on top of the food chain, predators aren't really a problem for smug Seal. His real arch nemesis is a guy by the name of Jack Frost. And in an ultimate deceptive move, Seal fights off Mr. Chill by wearing his superhero suit on the inside. What's the suit made of? Pure fat! Alright! So there you have it, civilians. No temperature is too low, no predator is too threatening, and no lycra is even necessary for the Sub-Zero Heroes! Home base while I'm here is Casey Station. It's home to Australian scientists, expeditioners, and now one Kane Trammels. Rumour has it you have to earn your keep if you crash here. I'm all for it. Or... peeling onions, wearing pink in Antarctica. Oh, tick. Yeah, woohoo. See ya. It's a brand new day here on the icy continent, and today's mission is to get up close and personal with a seal. It's a short trip from home base in this hagland, and I tell you what, it is bumpy. But I'm super stoked to see some Antarctic wildlife in the flesh. Here in Antarctica, there are a vast array of different animals, and one of the more prominent ones is the seal. Now, this guy behind me is the Weddell seal, and believe it or not, in water, they're like super fast torpedoes and deadly predators, but on land, they're more like giant sleepy slugs. These guys can apparently dive up to 7 football fields deep. That's not bad for a big guy. He's not doing much right now though, is he? Hey! Nothing. This guy may look pretty big, but in fact, he's relatively small compared to what you can get in seal size here. The king of Antarctica is the elephant seal. These guys can get up to about 4,000 kilos. Now, to give you an idea of how big that is, if you think Seal the singer, it's about 50 of him. Now, while I'm here, just one last thing. Be rude not to, I feel. Yeah, bro, just lay down. Yep, I got ya. Nice. Dude, I'll tag you in it. Hashtag Sealfie. Get it? Yeah, let me know when you do.
Yar! Yar! Antarctica! Yar! Yar! Anyway, if ye be looking for buried treasure, then ye come to the right place. Somewhere in these icy waters, there be a shipwreck by the name General Grant.
Story goes that the ship was returning to London from Aussie goldfields in 1866 when it was wrecked here in Antarctica's icy cold waters. Not a soul survived, and the booty? Rumored to be 5 million smackers in solid gold bars, sunk down to the bottom of Davy Jones's locker, where it remains to this very day.
Wait a minute, 5 million bucks, it's never been found. Did we bring any dive equipment?
I'm going in. Woohoo! Ah! Whoa! Get me out, 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 get me out! Ah! Ah! That is cold! Ah!
Okay, so that treasure might be lost forever, but recently scientists have found something pretty special under the Antarctic ice. A deep lake that's been cut off from the outside world for over 15 million years, which could be home to creatures that were around before the Great Ice Age. And I'm not talking about woolly mammoths, more like tiny, tiny fish.
But those tiny fish could reveal a big secret about life on our planet. Now, here's the really big surprise. The most coveted treasure hidden deep within the Antarctic ice that people are literally racing each other to find is...
air. Yep. The race is on to drill deep into the Antarctic ice core to find 1 million year old ice, with ancient 1 million year old air bubbles frozen inside it. Why, I hear you ask? Well, those frozen air bubbles are expected to contain secrets that will help us save the planet as we know it. Frozen air bubbles. That gives me an idea. Everyday things in Antarctica, yeah.
If you want your bubbles to last longer, you need sub-zero conditions. Check this out. Ah, there they go. They're certainly faster here than in Australia. I was expecting them to freeze. They didn't. That really blows.
Everyday things in Antarctica, yeah. Just being here in the giant freezer has really given me a sense of history and time gone by. The footsteps that have fallen here before mine.
Tell you what, it may not look it, but the wind in Antarctica is one of the biggest killers. I mean, the sun's shining, which is great. It is the middle of summer, But when that wind gets you, woo, it stings. It's really cold.
It really makes me wonder how the explorers of old survived down here.
So, for the past 190 years, intrepid explorers have come to Antarctica to brave their way across the ice into uncharted territory, but it's not just blizzards and frostbite that these guys are contending with. You see, in Antarctica, things aren't always as they seem. I'm not talking about dodgy camera tricks either. In Antarctica, conditions are ideal for the appearance of mirages.
Mirages wreaked havoc for early Antarctic explorers, but these icy illusions aren't quite like the mirages we've heard of.
If the interweb was around in the early 1900s, when legendary Antarctic explorer Ernest Shackleton was here, I believe one of his status updates would have read a little something like this.
Icebergs hang upside down in the sky. Land appears as cloud. Cloud banks look like land. ZOMG. Hashtag mirage, hashtag lol, hashtag these gloves make it super hard to type. Hashtag frostbites.
Believe it or not, I didn't make that up. That was an actual quote from Ernest Shackleton himself, minus the ZOMG and the hashtags. Moving on.
Well, if that's what the first explorers had to contend with, then I figure surely I can survive just one night in the giant freezer. Right?
I came here to Antarctica to have the full Antarctic experience. And of course you can't do that without sleeping out like a true blue explorer. You know what that means? It's Antarctic slumber party time! Woo!
I'm a party till the sun goes down!
Sorry, what? The sun doesn't go down at all during summer. Right. I'm a party for ages! And then have a little nap.
Antarctica has one sunrise and one sunset a year. During the winter months, this part of the Earth tilts away from the sun, and in summer, it tilts back towards it. That is one long day and one seriously long night, and could explain why it feels like time stands still here.
All right, party's over. Time for a nap. Woo! Might need these.
A nightless summer isn't the only secret Antarctica's sky is keeping. It's time to well and truly find out. What's up? Aurora Australis, or the Southern Lights, appear here during the winter months. It's like nature's way of putting on a sweet polar disco. Pump up my jam, pump it up. How do these disco lights work? Well, they crank into action when solar wind particles from the sun arrive at Earth and ask the gases in our atmosphere to dance. Ah. The gases in the air happily take up the invitation and glow like neon, making for an out-of-this-world light show.
We interrupt Kane's dream sequence with some breaking news. I'm Ken Smartley, and I'm here to tell you Antarctica is the world's richest resource for extraterrestrial matter. You know, stuff from outer space. Mysteriously, thousands of meteorites have been found on the icy continent, including bits from the moon and Mars. And that's not all. There are conspiracy theorists, I repeat, conspiracy theorists around the globe who believe aliens could secretly live on Antarctica. Speculation on the interwebs has included some pictures that were apparently taken from a satellite map showing a potential spacecraft entrance and exit in the side of a mountain. Please! Smartley's been around the block a few times. It looks like a cave to me, fellas. What? Yes, just in. Smartley to Tramiels. Smartley to Tramiels. An alien is approaching your campsite. An alien is approaching your campsite. Look out!
Whoa. I just had the weirdest dream. There was an avocado, a chestnut, and an alien. Never mind, it doesn't matter. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, which means the Mills survived the True Blue Explorer experiment. You beauty! Who's the man? True Mills is the man. Woo!
So it's the start of another day in the giant freezer, and there are still plenty more secrets to thaw out, so let's get to it.
Have you ever heard the saying, water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink? Well, that can be said for Antarctica. Even though 70% of the whole world's fresh water is frozen here, it's actually the driest place on Earth. There's even a place called the Dry Valleys, where it's believed that it hasn't rained for over 1 million years. In fact, it's so dry, NASA astronauts go there to train, because it's the one place on Earth that is most similar to the surface of the Moon and Mars.
Hey NASA, call me. I'm really good at jumping. Woo! Speaking of jumping, the world's largest flea!
It's called the springtail, and you guessed it, it gets its name from its extreme jumping ability. They're super cool because they produce antifreeze inside their bodies to help them withstand temperatures down to -35. If they do become frozen though, they have the ability to come back to life, like in the movies.
There he goes.
Greetings, agents. We've just discovered that there is an undercover agent operating here in Antarctica.
Icebergs are the very definition of top secret. On the surface, we can see the top, but the real secret is underwater, where most of an iceberg's mass is revealed. When they're ready to deploy, icebergs stealthily break off from the Antarctic ice sheet and creep through the water, hoping no one will notice their big secret down below. Icebergs also contain highly confidential records about snowfalls and air temperatures of days in Antarctica gone by. Keep an eye out for these smooth operators.
It just so happens there's another big player in the Antarctic zone. I'll give you a clue. It starts with "w" and ends in "ale." Cryptic.
Whales operate under the cover of ice and water all year round in Antarctica and are classified into two teams with two different missions. First up, it's the toothed whales. They're amongst the most highly intelligent mammals on Earth, and their mission is to catch and eat fish, seals, and other marine animals with their peg-like teeth. Then there are the baleen whales. Just like detectives comb the area for clues, these guys comb the ocean with their baleen for krill and plankton. These agents are well and truly trained to catch and krill. That's a spy joke. Well, when it comes to underwater undercover agents in Antarctica, I think we've got it covered. Covered. Help me out.
Yeah, okay, I'll be the first to admit there's been a few falls since I've been here, but believe it or not, those aren't the only falls that look like they could involve blood. It might sound like something out of a vampire movie, a mysterious waterfall that runs red like blood. But here in Antarctica, it's a real thing.
Check out the Blood Falls, a 5-story high waterfall that oozes out of Taylor Glacier. Though it might look like the Earth is bleeding, the red colour is actually caused by iron-rich water that's been trapped underground for a very long time. On its way out, ancient microbes in the water rust and stain the ice red. Ew, bloody! I've really had the most incredible time here in Antarctica. It has been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's been an experience like no other. I feel so lucky to be able to have come here and seen the creatures that I've seen face to face, or the picturesque views you get that nowhere else in the world. And meeting the awesome crew at Casey Station. These guys are incredible. And they've actually taken a little bit of a vote, and they think that I could leave my mark here in the giant freezer. You know, a little something record-breaking. I think this might be my big moment.
Danger Mills will forevermore go down in history as the guy that visited a penguin colony in a penguin onesie. Cheers, guys. Thanks heaps for this. Really? Ah.
The bitter cold pierces my penguin onesie and chills me to the bone as I traipse across the icy surface to the Adelie penguin colony. Has any explorer done this before? Highly unlikely. And I wouldn't recommend it either. The chafing is reaching crisis point. Will I survive this treacherous mission? And will I reach my destination? It's unclear and... Oh. Huh. Looks like I'm here.
Wow. Guys, this is pretty special up here. These penguins are called Adelie penguins. Now, they've been known to eat so much krill that it turns their poo red. And apparently, astronauts can see it from space. Now, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but these guys have a really noisy courtship ritual. And when they form that strong pair bond, they have a love that lasts a lifetime. Isn't that sweet? Now, they may look clumsy, but in actual fact, these guys can walk just as fast as a human, recorded at about 6 kilometers an hour.
And sometimes they use that burst of speed to steal rocks from other nests. Oi! Well, I'm thinking I've been accepted by this colony.
What do you reckon, guys? I fit in?
Yeah, I guess if you like that sort of thing, champion.
Yeah, agreed. The bow tie's probably a little too much. I just wanted to dress up for you guys.
Schmuck.
$2 down the corner store. It's pretty sweet, huh?
$2? You got ripped off, mate.
Well, it's pretty safe to say that I came, I saw, and I conquered Antarctica, the giant freezer. And to mark this special occasion, this world first, and all the secrets that we've revealed, like old explorers past, I leave my mark in the snow. I hereby claim this patch of land, Threetopia, forevermore. What? I'm just chilling. I've left my map back at base. You know where South Pole is? Over that way. What? Oh, you're gonna take me? Oh, sweet. Thanks, bro.